What's going on, everybody? I'm Primalliquid and welcome to my guide for Disgaea 6. In this video I'm going to be showing you guys the most efficient way to farming unique Innocence and the demonic intelligence to set that up. So let's jump into it, shall we? Now, first things first, why do you want to farm unique Innocence? Well, the big thing really is they're goddamn amazing. So if we just take a look at some of them right now, let's see. One of my traps is complete. It should be this one, I think. So if we look at some of the unique Innocence, we've got Secret Trainer, boost stat increase when leveling up by 10%. An excellent addition when leveling your, when doing your final leveling to 99 million. You can get a total of 40% extra stats just from gear alone. The absolute big one to get, though, is Combo Maker. Boost number of normal attacks by 2. This is legit the most broken Innocence in the game, and it's also used for the absolute most broken setup in the game as well. Especially if you want to farm HL as well. It's like, this one right here is used in literally everything. If you're doing something on this game other than, like leveling up a character, in which case you would be using Secret Trainer, this is the Innocent you are going to have on literally every piece of gear. It can be a little rare though, but there are some others that are good as well, like Sumo Wrestler, for example. If you're doing a money farming method, then you need 7 characters equipped with 4 Sumo Wrestlers each. So that's a lot of farming for these unique Innocents, to say the least. So how do we actually go about doing it? Well, first things first, we need to actually take a look at the character. So we're going to be doing this all based on speed, because for unique Innocence, it doesn't matter whether there are normal items, carnage items, or Ruxosha items. Ruxosha would end up being better, but they're more endgame items at the end of the day. So we're going to be focusing on carnage items right now, because we're also going to be maximizing on item point gain, unique Innocence, and we're going to get some extra stats for the juice bar as well. So, first things first, when it comes to equipment, it doesn't really matter what you have, honestly. Like, equipment for this sort of setup does not matter in the slightest. Just make sure you have your your 1000 professionals and your Innocence, which boosts your defense to all ailments and elements and things like that, and you are pretty much good to go. When it comes to abilities, though, we are going to be using Treasure Hunt, because this gives us a 30% chance to generate a treasure chest when defeating an enemy unit. That's going to come in really handy, again, for the item point generation. Damage reward, simply due to the fact, we might as well get some extra HL out of this farming method. Geo heal, this is essentially just to reverse the geo symbols, like ally damage and things like that. Ally damage is pretty much the only thing that can kill us at this point, so this is why this comes in really handy. We have Infinite Reincarnation. It's only 2 ability slots and it's an extra 30% in stats. Really handy. You could go for more stats if you want, but considering we're only doing, like normal or carnage items with this method, it's not really needed. Like, I could even take Infinite Reincarnation out and it wouldn't really change anything at all. Board Killer, if you are doing this at a lower level with lower stats, because Lucky Boards, you need to do enough damage to completely one-shot them. If you are a lower level, then this would come in really handy, just for ensuring that you actually get to kill those Lucky Boards. Because this ability setup is one that I did about 200 hours ago, so it is very outdated for my new stats. I could completely take that off and be perfectly fine. We have Lucky Finger. When defeating treasure chests, increase item rank by 1. Again, that's all because of item points. We have Treasure Appraisal. When defeating treasure chests, increase item rarity by 10%. This is the big one for item points, because you get, item points are based primarily on the rarity of the item. The higher the rarity, the more points you get. That's why we pretty much want to boost item points as much as we can. That's why we're going for treasure chests so much, why we're using Lucky Finger to increase the item rank, and also why we're increasing the rarity for them. Then we have Magic Collection. Now this is recover SP equal to 5% of damage dealt. This is what's going to allow us to just keep spamming the War Lady's full strike ability over and over without ever worrying about SP. Because we're going to be setting this up in a way that we kill everything, however the cost of Full Strike is lower than the SP we return. So we're actually going to fiddle around with Full Strike's level a little as well. Then we have Infernal Corrosion. When attacking an enemy, obtain extracts equal to 0.0001% of its stats. On normal items and Carnage items, it's not going to give many stats at all, but it's better than nothing, you know? Like, we might as well get some. Now, if you're going for all of the unique Innocence on enough gear to fully equip 10 characters, these stats will add up. You are going to get a lot of stats from doing all 10 items. So that's why we throw that on anyway. Now, in terms of Demonic Intelligence, we are going to be setting this up much like our Exosha or high leveling item Demonic Intelligence. The only difference is we're going to be changing everything for Full Strike. So we're going to be checking if there's an Innocent first. If there is, we're going to set that as the target, move towards the farthest valid attack range, and then we're going to attack with Full Strike. If there's no Innocent, we're going to look for a chest. We're going to target the chest, we're going to move to attack it, and then we're going to use Full Strike again. If there's no Innocent or chest, we're going to look for a level sphere, and then again, we're going to target it, move to the farthest range, and use Full Strike. Now, here is typically where I used to have a Mystery Gate. I hate Mystery Gates in this game. They are slow, they don't really give you anything good, and you can't automate them. That's the big thing, you can't automate them. So that's why I completely skip Mystery Gates now. So if there's a Mystery Gate present, I reset the target, I target enemy forces, move toward the target, and then I just use Full Strike, pretty much. After that, we just go for if a powerful thrower is present. So this is the item Guardian every 10 floors. We target that, we move to the farthest valid range, and then this here is from when I was still like super weak and I had to target enemy weaknesses. But what I've basically done is I've just put on Full Strike for all weaknesses, and if it doesn't have any weaknesses below 0%, I use Full Strike anyway. And then after that, we just wait until other units have acted. So if there's none of this, but let's be honest, like all these cover it. This is just because I haven't actually deleted this from the Demonic Intelligence just yet. But it basically targets enemy forces, moves to farthest valid attack range, and uses Full Strike. Now again, you really don't need these last two, simply due to the fact this one right here will pretty much kill everything. You can go ahead and just change that to target enemies, you know, and go through and just murder everything. That's kind of all you really need at the end of the day. So, with that said, let's take one look at one of the main and most important things here. So we're going to go to the squad shop. Ooh, not the squad shop. My bad, my bad. We want the skill shop. When I find it, there's a skill shop. So right now, we're going to basically take a look at my War Lady's level for Full Strike. Now, I use level 6000 because it's got 8 million damage. And the cost is only 229 quadrillion SP, which means every time I attack with that, even if it only hits one enemy, I will always gain more SP back than I actually spend on this skill, allowing me to basically have, you know, infinite SP, so I can always keep spamming this over and over and over without fear. So that's why we use Full Strike. That's also why we keep it at a low level and we don't actually try and push that as high as possible. Now, another thing to actually note is in the cheat shop, make sure you have Skip Innocent Towns turned on. You can't automate Innocent Towns, and that is what we want to do here. There are about 50 unique Innocents, so realistically we need to do about 5,000 floors of an item. So speed is the most important thing here. Now, with that out of the way, let's just jump into an item and we'll take a look at how it goes. So for this, we don't want a high level item, we don't want a Raksha or anything like that. So I'm just going to jump into this spear right here. It's a Carnage item, it's at 2,800 floors, and as you can see the resident level is max for a Carnage item, which is only 9 million. So we're just going to jump straight into this right now. I'm going to turn auto battle on. And as you can see, as soon as it comes out, we use Full Strike. Everything dies, we break all the treasure chests, and we gain all the items as well. And as you saw, I got a unique innocent because that was a mystery floor. Well, it was an item god floor. Now, you can actually do something else when it comes to mystery floor farming. To unique innocent farming. What I mean by that is, if I just quit out for a moment. So one of the things you can do is if you actually Gensi out on an item god stage, like I did in that sphere, that's why it's on floor 2800. If you go into that, all you actually have to do is kill the item god, and then you can actually just use a Mr. Gensi if you really want to. So if I just kill that item god, Howler obtained, I'll bring another unit out, go over to my etc. items, use a Gensi exit, come out, and boom. So I'm still on the floor with the item god. The only difference is I can go back in and get another unique innocent now. So you can farm them that way as well. The only downside to this method is it is completely manual. You cannot automate this process. It's like you can automate it to the point of where, you know, you kill the boss, and then you get the innocent, and then you can also automate it to the point of using a Mr. Gensi exit. You can automate that as well. It just means, though, you would have to manually re-enter the item every single time. And unfortunately, farming Gensi exits is kind of annoying. So what I typically do is I just run through the items, you know, I fight everything, I kill everything. And the reason for that is item points. Yes, it is slower in terms of getting the unique innocence. However, considering how many item points you need, I consider it a worthwhile trade-off. Because you're going to need, like, even after you get enough gear with all the unique innocence on them for 10 characters, you're still not going to have enough item points to max out all of that gear. That's why we go all about efficiency in this. And one of the parts of that as well is auto sell. You can turn auto sell on if you want, and I do actually suggest turning it on. Just make sure you turn off rares and legends. Because again, you know, when you're using auto sell, it will actually sell the items for only 1/100th of their value. And again, item points are determined by the actual rarity value. So rares and legends obviously have a much higher rarity value. So these are the big ticket items that we want to sell manually, because we would end up getting literally 100 times more points than if we let the game auto sell them for us. Now, if you leave this on overnight and you end up with a full inventory, it will then start selling rares and legendaries, but you would still have about 2,000 rares and legends to sell yourself, giving you a good, easy, you know, 2, 3, 400 million item points pretty effortlessly for just leaving it on overnight. But though guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed, and I hope it has helped. If it has, then please be sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, then make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. As always though everybody, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.